Hello, I am Luis Nuño and I'm going to explain the harmonic wheel in 4 steps. I hold a PhD in telecommunications engineering and I'm a professor at the Polytechnic University of Valencia in Spain. Normally I teach on electromagnetic fields, antennas, microwaves, etc. But I also participated in the University Master on Music and Scenic Arts with the subject Electronic Technology and Contemporary Music. My research interest includes numerical methods, electromagnetic compatibility, and music theory. This is the harmonic wheel which I developed in 2007. It is a musical resource for analysis and composition, both for tonal and non-tonal compositions, including modulation and finding the pivot chords, and normally we obtain simple and compact diagrams which are easy to memorize and therefore easy to transpose to any of the 12 keys. It also allows to visualize the composition structure and provides an efficient mnemonic notation. The 4 steps are first to represent the major and minor triads on an infinite triangular grid, then the major scale, which makes the grid rectangular. The final design will be a finite circular grid, and for tonal music, I also included the scale degrees and 7th chords. This is a triangular grid known as the Oettingen-Riemann Tonnetz, where the notes are at the vertices of the triangles, here printed in black. In the horizontal direction, we have the perfect fifths intervals. In this oblique direction, we have the major third intervals, and in this oblique direction, we have the minor third intervals. If we consider the notes at the vertices of any triangle, for example here C, E, G, we form a consonant chord, in this case C major, which is printed in red at the center of the triangle. And similarly for the rest of the triangle, for example here the notes D, F, A form the consonant chord D minor, which is printed at the center of the triangle. In this triangle, we will have F major, here A minor, etc. Now we select a region containing the 12 major and the 12 minor triads just once, and in that region we are going to mark the notes of a major key, for example C major, where the tonic is marked with a small rectangle and the other notes with circles. Because there are 2 edges which are oblique, we can transform that grid into a rectangular one, and here we can see that a major key is basically represented by a big rectangle which inside includes the consonant chords associated to that key. For example, in C major we have the major chords C major, F major, G major, and minor chords A minor, D minor, E minor. The chords C major and A minor are at the center of the rectangle. Now, for each major chord and its relative minor, we assign the corresponding key signature. Thus, from now on, each consonant chord, major or minor, will also represent the center of a key. If we look at the notes which are at the bottom of this diagram, they coincide with the notes at the top. Here, note B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. So we have a cycle in the vertical direction. By contrast, in the horizontal direction, we only have 3 perfect fifths intervals. So in order to complete the cycle, we need 12. If we do so and then we bend the figure, we will obtain this circular diagram, which is the harmonic wheel. Now the circumferences are the perfect fifth intervals, the radii are the minor third intervals, and the spiral lines are the major third intervals. In practice, this is a physical tool consisting of 2 rotating discs, one cardboard, including the notes and the chords, and the other plastic, which includes these blue lines. So by rotating the 2 discs, we can select any of the 12 major keys. Regarding keys, if we move along a circumference, we will obtain a cycle of fifths. If we move along a radius, we will obtain the relative and parallel keys, which is known as a Bela-Bartok axis. And if we move along a spiral line, we find keys a major third apart, which in jazz is known as John Coltrane changes. Finally, for tonal music, I also included the scale degrees and the seventh chords. So for each key, we will have the main harmonies associated to that key. If we want the corresponding triads, we only have to omit the seventh in these chords. So this is the final design. In this region, we have the major scale. In this region, the harmonic minor, and in this region, the melodic minor scale. The fourth region remains free for non-tonal music. So in summary, we will first represent the major and minor triads, then the major scale. The final design is a finite circular grid, and for tonal music, I included the scale degrees and seventh chords. You can find all the information on the webpage harmonicwheel.com. Thank you very much for your attention.